Good morning, everybody. It is 8:49. 8:49 on Sunday morning. Sundays are normally my day of somewhat rest, so I don't get up early on Sunday. I don't set the alarm, but I still get the work in. So, coming to you today with DR31, The Process. So, Daily Reading 31, The Process, and this man, I get so amped to do these. To be honest, I've been getting more and more feedback from these videos and how they're helping in one way or the other. They're providing some sort of entertainment, providing value. So for me, it's stinking awesome. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I feel like I'd love to have a live event. So my big vision for this is, in a year of doing these, so maybe at Daily Reading 400, I could actually have a live event or something where we really go in depth to these morning readings. So today's video is called The Process. And Nick Saban, who I'm not a fan, sorry, Alabama fans, but who is one of the most successful football coaches in college football history, he stresses this thing called the process. And the process is just that. And John Wooden, if you're familiar with John Wooden as well, he focuses so much on the process as well. Might not call it as such, but both of these coaches don't emphasize the SEC championship it was for Saban. They don't emphasize national championships as it was. Hi, Aaron. Thank you, buddy. As it was for John Wooden. But both of these coaches, who are like the best coaches in their respective sports and history, take away the end product. They take away the outcome. They take away the achievement, and they focus on the process. The steps, the nuts and bolts that we have to go through on a daily basis to see these goals through. So let me give you a practical example. I started training with a guy. So a fan who became a friend, I mention him often. He wanted to lose weight, and he was overweight. So we started working together, and I told him from the beginning, forget about 150 pounds, losing 150 pounds, forget about it. Think about tomorrow, think about the next day, think about the next guy. And I would stress to him that this is the long haul. You're in this we're playing the long game here. There's no shortcuts, there's no tricks. That's not saying we're just gonna pound our head off the pavement, work. We're gonna work in the most efficient and smart way possible. And stressing to him, stressing to you, enjoy the process. If Nick Saban enjoys the process, if John Wooden enjoys the process, you should enjoy the process. The next thing I want to talk on is excellence. So for me, when I speak, when I talk, a lot of people might say, "What's your message? What's your theme?" And it's hard for me to pinpoint because there's so much to share and so much to talk about. But excellence is a common theme in what I teach and what I do. My parents instilled that standard of excellence in me at a young age. And something awesome here, it says, excellence is a matter of steps. So we look at these big goals, these big pictures, and it's totally overwhelming. But if you break it down into that process, into those steps along the way, excellence in this step, excellence in that step, excellence in that step, excellence in that step, essentially, look at it in a year, 365 days in a year, live each one of those days with a standard of excellence, live each one of those hours of each one of those days, each minute of each hour of those days. The end product is a product of excellence. And there's an awesome quote by Aristotle that says, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit." We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. And I reference this saying a lot. It comes from very different sources, but excellence then is, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. And I reference this, I believe it came from Tyson originally, but I've heard it from Frankie Edgar. Paying attention to excellence and maintaining it in every single thing you do. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Another really cool, and like I said, I'm going through it because this chapter was awesome. There was so much to take from it. Reading The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. And I'll leave you with 2 more points. There's probably about 10 that I could throw at you, but for sake of not throwing too much at you, I want to give you this. In the book, it says that we are A to Z thinkers. A to Z thinkers. So we have A. I have this giant task in front of me. Oh, I got to start. A. Oh, the end product is going to be, it's so intimidating, it's so tough, it's such a long way away. Z. Says, but we forget about, B, C, D, E, F, G, the rest of the alphabet. And that is the process, my friends. Forget the A, well, don't forget it, but the A, the Z, but don't forget the process. And this last, I'll leave you a send off with this. I get asked a lot about the UFC, like, what are you thinking, or aren't you scared, or isn't it the craziest thing? And in this book, it said something really cool. It said, replace fear with the process. Replace fear with the process. For me personally, yeah, these guys are stinking scary. They're the biggest, baddest, toughest guys in the world. But I didn't know it then, but I was replacing that fear with the process. When I went into the ring, into the cage, I wasn't nervous. I wasn't scared. I wasn't anything, because really unknowing to me, the process had replaced that fear. The day in and day out life that I was living had replaced that fear. Aaron, the book is The Obstacle is the Way. I apologize. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. But The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. So in your daily lives, replace fear with the process. What does that mean? Get your butt up early. Drink water every day. Exercise on a daily basis. Read. Practice self-discipline wherever you can. So, I hope you enjoyed this DR31. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday, so it'll be bright and early. Have yourselves a great day.